Legarda. Hi, good morning to all of you. Magandang umaga sa ating mga katutubo. Isa-isa. Magandang umaga sa mga mangyan ng Puerto Galera at ng Bulalakaw. Magandang umaga sa mga ata-talaingon. Sana mga ata-talaingon? Okay. Good morning sa ating mga Bagopo, Manopo, Tiboli, Pilaan, Panay Bukidnon, mula sa ating Region 6, sa ating mga taga Maguindanao, sa ating mga Tubanon, sa ating mga taga Lake Cebu na mga Tiboli, maraming salamat. Sa ating mga gadang, sana mga taga-gadang ng Vizcaya, ayan. Sa ating mga gadang mula sa Paranteres Mountain Province, saan kayo? Alam nyo, raise your hand. Dahil not everybody in this hall today know where you are from. They know me as Lauren Legarda, and I wear everything that you either give me or sell to me, for which I support all these 20 years, but they do not know who you are. So I would like to not only educate, but inform everyone of what we have been doing, so that you in the public and the private sector can help us. We acknowledge the presence of all our friends, supporters, patrons. Josie Natori is here, Doña Bea Zobel, who also inspires me because of all the good work she does for the Mangyans of Puerto Galera. And we are happy that we have Nelly Cantoko is also here. Manang Leti Shahani, who during her term as Senate President Pro Tempore also espoused culture and arts, yes. And of course, Congressman Terry Casino is from Aklan, the region where I'm from. Margarita Delgado, we are in another advocacy on education, but this is part of education. We are happy to have Pinky Abelada, the sister of the President. Perhaps Pinky, we didn't ask Pinoy to come here and visit, because I am sure that he will be inspired by all these women. Someone asked me earlier, where did you get them from? And I say that whether you are from the mountain province of town of Paracelis, you're a Gadang, or you're an Ata-Talaingon, we brought them down here. And one of the Mangyans, the lady who is weaving cotton there from Bulalakaw, she said, first time namin sa Maynila, happy kami na nakakita ang ating produkto. So on this day, dear friends, supporters, patrons, and lovers of indigenous art and culture, we do not focus on us, politicians, or on us in government, or even designers or fashion. We focus on the beauty and soul of Filipino culture and heritage, and that is the indigenous peoples of the Philippines. Just for your information, there are 110 ethno-linguistic groups all over the Philippines. Each of these 110 have their own weaves, have their own beadwork, have their own basketry, have their own rituals, have their own songs and dances and food and many more. And just give me 3 more minutes, because it's the only time I'll be able to tell you. What have we been doing for them? Well, first of all, in the past 30 years, I have been doing this all quietly. But last year, we opened what is Labrador and Chipping Barns of the National Museum. We opened the first ever permanent textile gallery called the Hiblanang Lahing Filipino at the National Museum. And soon, we will open the Baybayin, which is the Philippine script of the Philippines. So that will be another thing to watch out for. We will also open the Museum of Biodiversity and Cultural Conservation at the National Museum. But that's another story. So, back to the indigenous peoples, we also had Indigenous Peoples Cultural Summit. Siguro ang magandang camera dito akong background. Mas magandang video yun. Alam mo, pag galing sa broadcast, hindi pa tayo, ha? Yan. Okay. You don't mind? So that when I'm talking, it's Doña Bea perhaps to say me and Madam Lenny. You don't mind beside me and Doña Bea? Yeah. Okay. Kaya, just to explain, yung Indigenous Peoples Cultural Summit, we brought together our indigenous peoples in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao so that we could have them and talk about their art and culture and their problems and struggles as well. Maliban dyan, tayo ay na-document gumawa po tayo ng proyekto sa Cordillera ng documentation ng indigenous people's practices. At pang-apat na anunsyo ko ngayon ay next year, after May of 2013, we will have the permanent showroom of indigenous people's arts and crafts. Ito pong ginagawa natin ng hibla na kasama ng SITEM. Nagpapasalamat nga pala tayo sa Department of Trade and Industry at sa SITEM for supporting this. According to Ria Matute, this is the first ever in a long time that SITEM has been in existence that there is such a pavilion on indigenous people's arts and crafts. And I think now is the time. In fact, it's been too late, but I'm glad we have it. What we will do is, apart from the first day, 17 to 20, by next year, we will have annually every October, but more than that, I envision and I will do it. We will have a permanent showroom for the domestic and foreign market of the arts, crafts, etc. of the indigenous people. Tatagalogin ko, ang mga gawa ng ating mga katutubo, lalo-lalo na ang ating kababayan, ay magkakaroon ng permanenteng bahay sa Metro Manila o sa lugar na ating pagkakasunduan para ipakita at sa mundo ang kanilang kagalingan, the arts and artistry of our indigenous peoples. Ngayon Oktubre pala ang inyong buwan. Sa mga po hindi nakakaalam, hindi yun itatanong, we are launching this now in October. We will have it for the next many, many years for as long as I live. We will have and collaborate with SITEM, the Hibla Pavilion every year. But we will have a permanent Hibla showcase the indigenous people's art. I'm talking to move around and to witness the beauty, and those in the export industry and in fashion can go to them directly and can order. And you just make sure that you place it properly. At the same time, those who wish to buy retail, I think, can do it on the last day. Mind you, I'm not doing this for business. I'm doing this for the love and passion of our indigenous people. And for those who are asking, bakit 20 lang? Dahil yung iba ay kaponduhan pa natin. Ito pang isang announcement ko, lahat ng ating schools of living tradition sa buong bansa ay mabibigyan ng kapital at pondo para mapalaganap ang kanilang ginagawa. Dahil ang problema nila minsan, pati mga math weavers ng Zamboanga, ma'am, kulang po ng pondo, kailangan lang namin 30,000, 50,000. Ako na po ang bahala sa lahat po ng schools of living tradition, 20 all over the country. We will fund them immediately so that in the next October, we will have more SLPs participating. Salamat sa media. Kailangan po namin kayo para makipalaganap ang kagandahan at kagalingan ng ating mga katutubong Pilipino. Kailangan namin ang media, kailangan namin ang mga negosyante, kailangan namin ang exporters, kailangan natin lahat ng tulong para maiangat ang kalidad ng kabuhayan ng ating mga katutubo. Salamat po sa inyong kooperasyon, sa inyong pakikinig, sa inyong pasensya, dahil ako ay passionate masyado pagdating sa katutubo. Thank you.
At this juncture, we will witness the Hibla website, the online repository of the stories and people behind the textiles and crafts we are featured in the Hibla Pavilion. May we ask Senator Nogarda to formally launch the website by pressing the Enter key.
Oh, just in case you're wondering what this is all about. Because I cannot forever be talking like this. Naglulunsad po tayo ngayon ng website. Meron po tayong website po ngayon na ang pangalan po ay Hibla. Of course, I'm sorry, I'm going to acknowledge you. Executive Director of NCA, Sora. I saw him earlier. Okay. I saw him at Ambassador Lee was somewhere here. Tita Ong will showcase the work from cotton from Bulalakaw. Where is Tita? Cotton and banana. Tita, stay here. This Hibla website, sige, let's talk to it, sir. I-launch it. Working? Is there Wi-Fi here? Is it searching for signal or strong signal? Very good. Okay.
Excuse me po.
This is a website called Hibla. So first we have the textile gallery in the National Museum called Hibla. Now we have the partnership with Saiton thing every year. And now we launched the website so that you can access it directly. And fourth, we will have the permanent showroom and trade fair next year. Antel Ongpin is also here. Louis Loxie. This has all the information on the schools of living tradition. 1 minute. Ano ba yung schools of living tradition? Ito po ay mga tinatag na eskwela na hindi tradisyonal sa kanilang kinalalagyan, kinatitirahan sa bundok man o sa kanayunan para po i-preserve ang kanilang tradisyon at ritual, pagkain, sayaw at hanap buhay. Ito pong schools of living tradition. Sa aking unang termino ay pinilot ko po ito yung suporta sa Region 11 sa Davao. Ilan yung aking sinuportahan sa unang termino? 11. I supported 11 SLTs in my first term in 1998 at ito na po ang bunga ng aking ginawa mula 15 years ago. Lahat po ng SLTs ay maaaring mag-qualify. Wala po tayong pinapaboran. Lahat po ng schools of living tradition ay ating bubuhayin at bibigyan ng tulong at sana maparami pa ang SLTs. Maliban dyan, meron po tayong partnership sa mga state universities and colleges magsimula sa Cordillera, sa lahat ng regions. Gagawa po tayo ng aklat para sa ating mga kabataan ng lahat ng mga ritual at agriculture and environmental practices ng ating mga katutubo. Kasama po yung halos 100 na state colleges and universities. So it is also an academic pursuit. It is a preservation of culture. It is a promotion of vulnerable rural livelihoods. Ayan, gaganda yung mga produkto, no? Perhaps what we can do is also have a big monitor here, maybe for this afternoon, a big monitor which can go on and show what we have on the website. We have it. Okay. Now, we are free to go around. Yes. And Dita has a fashion show. Dita Sandico Ong, a classmate from high school, a very creative and well-known designer that uses banana and abaca. And ang mga katutubo ng Mindoro, ang mga mangyan, ang siyang gumagawa ng kanyang mga creative designs. And so we can go around for 5 minutes and witness the fashion show of Dita Sandico Ong. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Lauren Estrada. We would like now to invite everyone to witness the fashion show, the Mangyan Renaissance.
I forgot, the press are allowed to ask a few questions before the fashion show, so we can enjoy the fashion show. May we have the questions now? I saw Joan Ramirez. You can stay here so that we're done with the press one. If you want, I can post there again. Okay. Sige. No, Let everybody go around. Okay. all, I've been wearing these things for 30 years. Ano ito? Ito ay pinabol. This is woven abaka na ginawa ng mga bagobo. Si Tia Ines ay isang 80-year-old master weaver na siyang nagpunta sa Museo National Museum noong isang buwan dahil in-invest ko kayo every other month ay meron akong Senator Lauren Legarda Lecture of Indigenous Knowledge in Traditional Textiles. Ito ay dala niya at suot niya. Sabi ko niya, Ines, parang gusto ko yung pagbilin. I had to convince her for 1 hour to convince me. Sell it to me. It's an abaka woven from the Bagobo community at the foot of Mount Apo. Itong, okay. Ay, hindi ako best model, no? Oh, ayan. Itong aking belt naman ay gawa ng mga tiboli. Ang mga tiboli ay ating mga katutubo sa Lake Cebu, sa South Davao. Raise your hand, tiboli. Ayan, ang mga tiboli nandyan. Marami akong kaperno dyan. Ano? Sige. So, ang original model sila, mas sexy sila kaya. Hi, John. Ayan. Meron din akong ganyang outfit kompleto. Ayan. Pero sila ang star ngayon, kaya single ako. Alam nyo, Manang, nandito kayo sa aking website. Nandyan ang mga yan, nandyan ang mga itbayat agut, yan, nandyan ang mga pilaan. Yan, photo. Ang dami kong photo kanina. Yan. Paliwanag niyo, Manang. Sige. Anong pangalan ni Manang?
Pula. Mirna Pula.
Okay. Sa Lake Cebu kayo, di ba? Ayan. Ayan, nasa website na po kayo. Makikita kayo sa buong mundo. Paliwanag po natin. Itong aking belt na ginawa ninyo. Dahil sa kanila to eh. Paano ginawa ito po at ganong katagal?
It's a lost wax method. It takes 2 weeks before you can move one brass.
One brass, ha? Not the whole belt, ha? So, okay, Manang, just to clarify, just to mold one brass, it takes 2 weeks.
That one like this, but that takes 2 weeks.
2 weeks. How about my belt? How many years, Manang?
Because everybody help one another, so that's why that's what the month.
1 month. Okay. This is a handmade belt of brass, no, Manang? And one strand of brass is one week. 2 weeks. And it takes, how many women made my belt, Manang?
Many women wear the belt.
Ilan po ang gumawa ng belt na ito? How many women po?
They go by plan. Yung mga people, one family, one plan, an artist, some people of the people, like that.
So this is really a work of art, but more important, a work of love of the different indigenous women of the Tiboli. And the Tiboli are just one of the more than 100 ethno-linguistic groups all over the country. So see, I wear it with pride and with love because it's a work of love. Imagine how we will release kung kita kaya ito ang itutok ko. Diba? Manang, proud na proud ako sa gawa niya. Ayan. Pag magsulo tayo ni Joan Ramirez, lahat pa yung sisikat Manang. Diba? Dapat yung voltage ni Joan. Ha? Question? Ha? Question, of course. Parang marinig na iba.
How do indigenous wear uplift national pride?
Oh,
Especially these days when Louis is kind to us.
The art and artistry of the indigenous people is the soul of the Filipino. They have been there from the beginning. They continue to be with us today. And it is our duty to not only promote and protect, but to enhance
the culture and artistry and heritage that they pass on to us in the future generations. So it provides inspiration for the Filipino soul. It defines who we are as a people. It makes us more interesting and perhaps different from all else. And this is, I believe, the heart and soul of Philippine culture and could be an edge in Philippine domestic tourism. Because with 110 ethno-linguistic groups in their various languages, their various food, rituals, basket making, beadwork, textile weaving, we are such a rich culture. And so why am I always excited, and I've been doing this since I was 20 years old, is because a part of us are the Mangyans, are the bodies, so I continue to wear it. We have to wear Filipino. We have to be inspired by the kind of art that they pass on to us. And so I would like to state that this goes beyond fashion. It goes beyond simple aesthetics. This is livelihood. It is agriculture. It is the very survival of who we are as a people. And just to add, Joanne, before you arrived, I was telling them that this is not just an overnight project. We have been promoting the schools of living tradition and funding it in the different parts of the country. These are schools that preserve the rituals and artistry of our indigenous peoples. Second, we have the documentation of their indigenous knowledge and practices. And third, we have the permanent textile gallery in the National Museum. And fourth, we will have the permanent showcase by next year of the arts and crafts of the indigenous people. So that everyone understands, it is really beyond the aesthetics. Because while we say, ang ganda ng habi, ang ganda ng beads, ang ganda ng suot, it is well beyond that. It is understanding. It's a study of man. It is anthropology. It is even the architecture of how they live. It is their agricultural, environmental practices. It is the life of our indigenous peoples we are preserving. And traditional knowledge, we are preserving traditional knowledge systems. Ang pagkalagana ng mga kaalaman, ng mga tradisyonal na kaalaman ng ating mga katutubo ang ating pinapatupad. Ayan. Ulitin ko para sa telebisyon. Ang kaalaman na tradisyonal ng ating mga katutubo ang siyang ating pinapalaganap at ating pinatutupad. Okay. Sino pa gusto magtanong? Brenda? Nandiyan yung mga Senate media, sila Selly at Limpa. May ikot na. No more questions? Thank you.
We're being watched live around the world, ma'am, on NowPlanet.tv. Yes. What is your message, ma'am, to all the stakeholders, to all the people who are supporting the industry of Hibla?
Well, first of all, I'm glad that we have this first ever indigenous peoples arts and crafts called Hibla in Saitem. Second, this will be done annually every October. Third, we are providing not just a 4-day showcase but a permanent showroom next year. Fourth, we are funding the schools of living tradition of different ethno-linguistic groups all over the country. And fifth, we will provide capital for the SLTs and indigenous peoples in different parts of the country. We are preserving Philippine culture, arts, and crafts, and we're happy that the media is covering it. Yeah.
What are your plans to further support the industry and the workers and the weavers?
Yes. Well, first of all, I've been doing this for 30 years. And as I said, this is a product of all our work because I provide them capital for their small livelihoods. And I hope that this can empower them and give them rural employment. No? It can uplift their lives.
And the last, ma'am, what is your how can government further improve the industry? What kind of plans or what can the president do to further support the industry?
What can government do?
The government.
Well, if the government can provide them more access to markets, if the government can provide them more funding for their rural micro enterprises, if the government
can give them design inputs on how to improve their craft, that would be great. If the government can help protect their culture, well, that's what I'm doing. Everything that I said, that's what I'm doing. But I hope that there will be more partners in this that could actually do this.
Are there imperfections along the way that needs to be ironed out?
Well, life is never perfect. Yes. So we're doing what we can, and I think this is a beautiful interpretation or exposition of indigenous people's arts and crafts.
Thank you very much for the time, Senator. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.